Hi, everyone. Carrie Rosemalia here from the Central New York Regional Office. I've been in this position since 2015. I'm housed in Syracuse, New York at SUNY Upstate Medical University. My work at Upstate focuses on identifying, recruiting, and nurturing medical students interested in rural or small town practice. When I am not at work, I love finding new places to explore, and I am happiest in the mountains or in the forest, which makes rural medicine a great fit for me. The scope of work for the Central Regional Office has 5 main components, which I will briefly review. To begin, as an administrator of the regional office, I try to be useful to the Central New York, Northern, and Hudson Mohawk program offices. We work together on activities related to rural immersion and AHEC scholars. Second, I offer clinical rotations to medical students in underserved communities with a focus on rural underserved communities across New York State. I offer rotations to students in the summer after their first year of medical school through 2 courses, RMed Light and Rural Immersion. RMed Light offers students a chance to train back in their hometowns, while Rural Immersion Week gives students a taste of rural medicine in the North Country. Third, but super important to my passion for AHEC, is pipeline programming. We host a case competition with high school students from across the state. The students are taught a clinical case by our incoming medical students. Topics over the years have ranged from mental and behavioral health to sports medicine to wilderness medicine and chronic diseases. In addition to the case competition, high school mentorship activities are embedded in other courses, including medical students' clinical rotations. Medical students are expected to teach or mentor high school students while training in their host communities. In terms of pipeline programming, I also provide admissions support to applicants from rural communities. I set aside time to meet virtually with applicants and offer advice on their applications to medical school. I conduct mock interviews and even read personal statements. I work with the admissions department at Upstate to host live sessions with guidance counselors across New York State to discuss the critical need for primary care providers and rural physicians. And I meet with pre-health advisors and students from feeder schools, including those universities and colleges in the North Country and Finger Lakes. Fourth, in terms of my scope of work, I organize an annual professional development conference for community physicians who teach medical students. This one-day event offers expert advice on the art and science of teaching. I'm growing my pool of community preceptors who are interested and passionate about teaching by keeping in touch with graduates from my medical school program. I've solidified relationships with hospital recruiters from the Finger Lakes and North Country areas to bridge communication between their hiring needs and the students who have graduated from my program who are now residents looking for placements. I hope to strengthen those efforts over time. Lastly, though I've been a little late to the AHEC Scholars game or their party, I will be joining forces with CNY AHEC to recruit approximately 40 AHEC scholars from SUNY Upstate. There's quite a few things I do well as director of the Central New York Regional Office, including being an amazing paper pusher. I can extend my outreach across New York State. For example, last year we worked with participants across 27 counties. I'm passionate about my work, and I utilize every resource available to me in an effort to support my students. In turn, part of my success also rests on engaging students' enthusiasm to innovate course offerings. They are inspiring and excited to develop new learning activities and engage in teaching. Now that we are hosting an annual student symposium, we can promote their good work to a wider audience and offer greater recognition to them, to the AHAC program, and to rural medicine. I have areas that need strengthening. I struggle with basic budgeting. I have not utilized National Health Service Corps or doctors across New York efficiently. I believe I could provide programming that bridges urban and rural underserved communities more effectively. There are so many similarities in terms of access to healthcare and health disparities that I'm currently not addressing. And while I believe our programs are successful, I should be publishing and better promoting our work in terms of policy briefs and academic manuscripts. These are areas I wish to strengthen over time. In terms of next steps, I'd like to revamp Rural Immersion Week. I want to focus less on the location and more on the health topics that are important to those host communities. I will be working with our program offices to focus on incarceration health, food insecurity, and wilderness and emergency medicine as a few topics for which our students can become immersed in these communities. So this is my update from the Central Regional Office here in Syracuse. Please reach out if you have any questions, ideas, or you want to collaborate. Thank you.